Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I'm going to talk about fad diets, bad diets, why they're called fad diets, and talk a little bit about some of them that are kind of popular right now, some that have been popular in the past, and what they really do to the human body and how it can be the one thing that's actually keeping you from getting your goals. So when we talk about fad diets, and I'll go through some of this information that I wrote down behind me, one of the big things that people misconstrue is that they're thinking they just want to lose weight. I want to lose weight, and you're using the scale as a measurement tool, and that's really, really tough to just go off this scale. Why? Because different body tissue has different weight. Your muscle has a different weight than your fat mass does. Your muscle mass and your fat mass, different weight when you're looking at the same size of it. So if you're just looking at the scale, you're not really getting a complete picture about what's going on in the body in terms of making a change to be healthier, to be stronger, that type of a thing. Women also lose weight differently than men do, meaning you're not going to necessarily see the scale change like a guy when you're losing weight, getting healthier, working towards your health goals, that type of a thing. So these are some things to keep in mind. And this is where women go off, completely. I talk about this in my book, The Female Fat Solution, which you can find on Amazon. But that's one of the biggest things where I talk about the differences between men and women and nutrition and health overall. It's that women are just being completely misled on these fad diets because you're thinking, oh my gosh, I want to get this result, or so-and-so is looking really great. I wonder what she's doing. I wonder how come it's working so well for her, that type of a thing. So let's start with the fad diet. Don't eat fat. Fat's bad for you. Right? That is really not healthy for your body. You get a lot of energy from fat. When we talk about fat, we're talking about healthy fats, right? We're talking about fats that are, from natural food sources. There's healthy fats that are found in nuts, seeds, right? Coconut oil, avocados, olive oil, healthy fats to have in your diet and to have daily. You get a lot of energy from healthy fats. It's important for your nervous system to function. It's important for anti-inflammatory properties. Like there's books written on the importance of healthy fats. So if you're not including those at all, hey KB, yay! So if you're not getting fats at all, it's going to cause some damage on your system, right? Your body's not going to process that well at all. So that's one of those things when you're looking at a diet or you're looking at making any health change, anything that's telling you to do something really extreme probably isn't a good idea, right? Like if you're thinking about it like, that seems weird that I would really cut out an entire nutrient group for a long time. Like, yeah, that's bad. That's not going to have a good result on the body. Your body functions in a certain way. It was made that certain way. So the more you can work with that natural way your body functions, the better and easier time you're going to have getting your results. That's like simply just how the body physiology works. I don't know. I wish it was different, but that is how it is, right? A lot of times when I work with women and talk to them about, certain things that they've tried in the past, and I'm like, yeah, it didn't work because when you're under stress, your body reacts like this, and that's why you didn't get that kind of a result, or it totally backfired for you. So, oh, fun, yay! Oh, Bridget does need to follow me on YouTube. Yes, awesome. So I do have, if anybody's wondering, if you are looking at, starting a new, plan for the new year, you got goals starting January 1, you want to go after, fantastic. If you're not sure where to start, click the link there and you can schedule a call with me. It doesn't take very long. I can chat with you briefly on some few points to really focus on so that you're going to get the best result for you and you're not going to waste your time doing something that's actually going to keep you moving in the wrong direction. So if you want to know more about what's going to help you, click the link, schedule a quick call. Otherwise, I do have a 12-week program that I'm starting January 1st. So if you're interested in that, there's some information there. You can click the link there as well. But another thing when we talk about fad diets, makes me go like this with my face. Here's why. When people talk about some certain fad diets, one is keto, and people really get confused on what real keto is and the purpose of it and how it reacts in the body. A true keto diet or a true restriction diet like that. Also, just know, again, when you're looking at a restriction diet that's extreme, you're cutting out major nutrient categories for a long period of time. It's going to have damaging effects on the body. It is. It is. Keto, you're not eating any carbohydrates. You're eating minimal amount of protein, 20% protein, maybe. And then the rest of it's fats. And that's what, so people are like, oh, I'm losing weight. Yeah, you're also losing muscle mass because you're not getting enough protein in to support what your body needs. So in a true keto fashion, yes, there's an appropriate time to go through that. Usually it's people looking at losing a very large amount of weight. So that's when they would do something like that, but it would be something that's controlled and not something that's a lifestyle. That is not a lifestyle thing to do. And if you are having to take products to do keto, again, your body goes into ketosis on its own. So use the way your body naturally works. When I work with women, I talk about this is how your body functions. Normal conditions, hormone conditions, stress conditions, those are all different reactions. So let's fit the right nutrition for what your hormones are. Let's fit the right nutrition for that type of a thing. When you just try and manipulate it from the outside, let's work from the inside out, right? When you're from the outside in, you're really fighting against the way the body naturally works. You're going to struggle and you're not going to have great results long term. So for something like keto, if you're doing it short term and you're coming out of it and you're rebuilding your muscle mass or something, yes, that can be something that would be beneficial for some people to go through. That's not a lifestyle to follow though, because you're not getting any carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are really important for brain function. That's your brain, the entire center, the hub, your brain controls everything in your body, and it runs off of carbs. So you need carbs. They're delicious, and I joke about saying that because I do love carbs, but your brain needs carbs. So if you're cutting them out and not supplying your brain with carbohydrates, it's not going to be recognizing anything else as well. Your digestive system needs carbohydrates. It needs the fiber, right? It needs it to function better, and it's going to help it absorb other nutrients better too. So these all work together beautifully to really get you the healthiest body, right? How much fun is it to get to your weight loss goal if you don't have any energy and you feel like garbage? No one wants that, right? Otherwise, you can't stay there. It's not sustainable and it's not reliable. And then you'll think, okay, now I'm going to rebound. I'm going to gain this weight again. And you're going to backtrack completely. Mary Ellen, hi. Oh, it's 67 degrees. What? It's -2 right now, I think, where I am. So that's one of the biggest things, that when you're going through something and people talk about these fad diets and keto, it is really, really tough on your system overall. It's not something that's beneficial to do long term, and it will decrease your muscle mass. It will decrease your other functions in your body, that the other systems that need carbs and need higher amounts of protein, especially if you're an athlete, if you're working out, because again, this is where people think, oh, I'll restrict certain things and I'll work out more and I'll get a faster result. Yay! You're going to faster burnout. That's what you're going to do, because your body's going to run itself into the ground really, really quickly. Not a great thing to do, because then your body has to recover. How does it recover? For women, it's going to hold on to every single calorie. It's just going to hold on to it and snuggle it and keep it nice and warm and not let it go ever. Now you're thinking, oh my gosh, now I'm 5 pounds heavier than I was when I started the new year and it's March. Now what the heck do I do? Yes, it's because you tried to move in a certain direction, but you were restrictive and not really working with how the body naturally functions. So we talked the no fat diet. Yeah, that's no good. No carb diet. That's no good long term either. Very damaging, especially, I work with women with hormone issues and a lot of stress in their lives. That's not good for stress and hormones. That's going to cause a lot more issues. I've seen studies where they talk about people who restrict carbs and how they have more anxiety and things like that. I'm like, yeah, duh, because carbs are awesome. You need them in your life. Anyway, but it really comes down to how your body functions and works, and the best way to really fuel it consistently, right? If you are training for a bikini competition or something, absolutely, you'll go through different phases of eating differently. But one of the most important things when they go through bikini competition prep or something like that is that they come out of that phase and they get back into a regular, they have different terms for it, right? But a regular eating pattern to refresh their body. It's very, very different than eating restricted all the time. They don't do that, right? Athletes are really focused on fueling their body as best as they can all the time so that they get the most out of the performance. So that's where I find women really shining in terms of their results is that they will focus on, fueling their body consistently, evenly, all the time, so they feel the best, then they're going to get the best results from it in terms of their weight loss, that type of a thing. Again, women focus on the scale first, and they're like, oh, I'm not losing weight. Oh, I'm so frustrated. This sucks. Focus on feeling good. Focus on getting that energy back. Focus on feeling stronger at the gym. Then the results come after that. It's amazing how things change. So one of the most important things to think about when you're thinking about nutrition and fad diets and all these other things that cut out nutrients, they cut out certain groups of nutrients, and why that's damaging and bad on the body. Oh, good, Patty. Thank you. How you work with things and how the body naturally works is you want to keep, this is like the biggest secret ever for keeping consistent, for keeping the best energy, for really getting the best result long term. The big secret is your blood sugar. Yeah, right? You've all seen those Snickers commercials where they're like, oh, you're not yourself. Here, have a Snickers, right? Like, okay, Snickers really, but those are true. It's true. When your blood sugar drops, you become like this hangry bear. I become a hangry bear. I think other people do too. It's not just me. Angry bears when you're hangry. But it's because your blood sugars are off. So if you are changing your nutrition and you're really focused on getting the right nutrition in for your body, and it's focused on keeping your blood sugar as even and level as possible, you're going to have the most energy, you're going to have the best recovery, and you're going to be able to keep that up, right? Because you're not going through these big highs and lows. You're not restricting anything and dropping down and feeling like, oh, I can't get up again. Oh, I can't recover from my workouts and get to the gym again. This is terrible. I feel sore. I feel like I'm dragging through mud. I have this brain fog now. Oh, dang it, right? That's where you run into all these issues. So here's a few things, carbs, protein, and fat. These are the major complete nutrients, macronutrients, right? But this is how your body burns all these nutrients. So these are very important to have in every meal. So to increase your metabolism, you would eat some from each category every time you eat something. Whether it be 4 to 6 times a day that you're eating, you would eat something from here. The amount and ratios can be a little bit different, but a really easy thing to do, oh, thanks, Susan. A really easy thing to do is just to eat, some healthy fats and then equal amounts of protein and carb. So if you're getting 20 grams of protein, get 20 grams of carb and 4 grams of fat, right? I can write that down, right? This is just an example. But say you do that all day long, every time you eat, you're focusing on eating those amounts. By the end of the day, you're going to be feeling full of energy. You're going to be feeling full. You're not going to be hungry. You are going to be feeling stronger day after day, and you're going to increase your metabolism by doing this. Seriously, this is how, so again, just an example, say you do 20, and then 4. Healthy, clean options, right? Doing that alone will increase your metabolism, and it's going to level your blood sugars out and keep them even. So, carbs, you got your simple and complex. Your simple sugars, right, that burn in 5 minutes. For those of you that have kids and have gone through any major holiday that has candy associated with it, you know what I'm talking about. For me recently, it was my kids in the stockings. They get treats in their stocking, and they're like, ah, and then they're like, ee! And then all happens, right? That all happens within a matter of moments, just a few moments. And you're like, this is, you guys are seriously insane right now. You're seriously insane. So Patty, you have a question. I'll answer it in just a minute. So simple, that's a high, and then a low. Complex carbs, they last longer in your system. So you're going to be, having more energy from them for about up to an hour, right? That's about the amount of energy that you're going to get from it. Proteins, you want to support your lean body mass in grams every day. So whatever that would be, right? I am 6'2". I'm a pretty tall gal. I'm really focused on maintaining my muscle mass. So I'm getting about 160 to 170 grams of protein a day for me and what my goals are. Just a little tip, but that's a good measure to start with for a lot of people. You're going to keep the energy from protein. It's going to burn through that. Your body's going to burn through that in about 2 to 3 hours. Fat, you get a lot of energy from that. We talked about all the, other benefits from getting healthy fats in, you burn through healthy fats though in about 4 hours. So after 4 hours, you don't have any energy then, right? Because you've gone through all this. So you eat something. That's why you want to eat every, 2 to 3 hours. You don't want to go on an empty gas tank, right? But this is where people really miss out on the major concept of, just keep feeding your body, fueling your metabolism, and keeping your blood sugars going. That's it right here. It's how fast your body burns through these things. In an hour, you're not going to have any more carbohydrates. In 2 to 3 hours, you're not going to have any more protein. And then by 4 hours later, you're out of healthy fats. So then what do? Then you got no energy left. That's it, right? That's when you get to be the hangry bear. That's when I get to be a hangry bear, at least. So here's the key secret, is that if you are missing, because they don't all come on at once, right? The different nutrients get burned in the body at different times. And when you're eating a nice blend of things, it's just this nice, steady, even fuel all through these hours. When you are missing one completely, you're missing out on getting that energy from that nutrient. So protein doesn't start right away. It takes longer to digest protein than it does carbs. Carbs, they get uploaded pretty quick, right? Again, with the kids and the sugar, you know what I'm talking about. They get some sugar, boom, you know when they digested it and processed it. You can see it right away. So it doesn't take that long. But not that you want that type of energy from your carbs. But if you're getting a complex carb, it's a quicker upload, but it also burns through it faster. Protein, it takes longer to digest than carbohydrates, but by the time the carbohydrates have burned out, now you're getting to that protein. There we go, right? It's this nice, smooth, easy transition. Does that make sense? Where you're like, oh, I get it. Now I know. If you're cutting out one of these major nutrients out of any nutrition plan that you're doing and really keeping that amount out for a long time, you're missing a complete source of energy. Your body's not going to have that even, energy source, and it's not going to keep your blood sugars as even, and it's not going to keep the rest of your systems going. Each of these nutrients has multiple purposes in a lot of different body systems. So that's the important thing about going through and really focusing on eating complete nutrients, not doing fad diets, not focusing on, I'm not going to eat any carbs, blah, blah, blah. Your body needs carbs. It really does, especially if you're under stress, especially if you have other things going, right? Who doesn't have stress right around this holiday time? Are you kidding me? Oh my God. So it makes a huge difference in terms of what your results are and how you start off and the focus that you have in terms of getting on the right track. If you're getting the right tools in, if you're getting the right information in at the beginning, and you're saying, okay, I want to make a change. It's really tempting to do these fad diets because everybody's like dropping 10 pounds in a week, which is also not healthy. If somebody's dropping like 10 pounds in a week, that's a big warning sign. That's like flashing red light, in graduate school when they talk about dropping like a lot of weight in a short period of time, that's like an emergency situation. Like get yourself checked. Something's wrong, right? You don't want to do that to your body. So when you're looking at a plan and a program, it might be tempting to do something that's like a fad diet because you get excited about a really quick result. But any quick result that's super fast to come on is not going to be healthy. It's not going to be sustainable. And it's also very quick to bounce back really fast in the opposite direction. So to really get the most out of your nutrition, to really get the most out of your body, it's all going to be about getting the right balance of nutrients in, getting nutrients from, carbs, proteins, and fats, and keeping that going. Whew. That was kind of a lot. So I went through a lot of information. There was a question before that I didn't quite get to. Patty asked, you don't know that people that have type 2 can turn to be type 1. Type 2 for 16 years, and now you have type 1. It's really not common. So lucky you, Patty. Yeah, it's very, very different. Those are very different things. But, if you want, Patty, you can message me and we can chat about that a little bit more. But yeah, this is, again, some of those things where people are like, oh, don't eat carbs or something like that. That would be really not good for you, Patty, right? Again, when you start with the body's physiology, how the body works and functions, and you use the nutrients to get the most out of your body system, you get the best, most lasting results. So that is my goal, to educate women on how the body works, and then how to work with your food, your exercise, everything to get the most out of it and to keep those results. You don't want to go through some program and feel like, I talked to a gal earlier today, actually. Oh my gosh. And it was amazing. She was like, I did this program and I did this thing before, and she's like, I started to get some good results, but there was a lot of artificial, stuff in the stuff I was using. And then if I ever went off of it, I was afraid I was going to gain the weight back. And she's like, I didn't feel good from the artificial stuff, even though the scale was looking good. I stopped the program, gained the weight back, and then some. And she's like, I still felt like garbage. I was like, I know. This is what happens for women. So really, Patty, you love carbs and you haven't stopped eating them. I love it. Yes. So really, when you're focusing on nutrition, start with information first. And really go with your gut in terms of what's going to be best for you. Not just now, not just by February, January 15th or February 15th. What's going to be good for you next July? What's going to be good for you next time this year? Next year, this time. Did I say that backwards? I think I did. That's where focusing on your nutrition will give you a completely different result. All right, that's what I got for you guys tonight. If you have questions, you can either comment on the video, you can message me privately if you're not comfortable commenting. But again, if you would like to chat, if you're like, I don't know where to start, or I've done these other fad things in the past, and click the link, you can schedule a call with me. Otherwise, I will see you guys a little later, and have a great night.